What is up? Kevin Hale here on the Sunday night, June 4th, 2023. It is Round of Shots, talking some Kentucky sports, talking some trending sports topics like the NBA Finals, Kentucky baseball kicking ass this evening. The Hoosiers, that was Kentucky's elimination game, but by beating IU, or I don't know if it's over yet, but they'll be playing tomorrow for the official elimination or the championship of that regional. So we are streaming live on Twitter and YouTube. Gonna have some fun here. I'll get some friends hanging out with us and Patrick. Hey guys, doing it tonight. Let's see who we got. We got my man Jay Hazze. Jay, what's up, brother?
What up? What up? How you doing, Kevin Hale?
I'm good. You?
I'm good, man.
Is Religiously Kentucky? Are that you on a hiatus too?
We're just on a summer break, enjoying the weather. Exactly. Baseball,
Same here.
Yeah.
It was that was actually my plan up until probably closer to football season. Then I've just seen this nonsense going on social media.
It pulls you in.
It does. Yeah. I can't engage in it because I don't want to waste my fucking time. But
well, you know me.
I know and I'm giving you the floor tonight to speak your piece. Also, Van Hiles, Beast Styles, what's up, Van?
What's up, man?
It's good to see you. Been a while.
Hey, man.
Repping the locker.
I'm just here so I won't get fined.
I appreciate it. Rounding out our roundtable, Arizona Terry Jordon. What's up, Terry?
What is up, fellas?
You on the road?
I am not on the road till tomorrow. That I'm done like 4 days in Denver and Colorado for a meeting. So yeah, speaking of like podcasting, we haven't been putting out a lot of stuff with Basketball Buzz lately because of our schedules are so crazy. So it's a little break for us. So it's happy to be back on an actual podcast tonight. It's kind of fun.
Yeah, dust your mic skills off, or I don't know. I'm saying that wrong. Fuck it. Sorry. Let's get after it. One of the hot topics. One of the reasons why I am doing a show tonight, and I haven't done one in several weeks, maybe a month or so, is just this thing. When it comes to Kentucky basketball, Jay. Our fan base, it is the most passionate fan base out there. But there is that percentage of our fan base that are complete idiots.
Yeah.
I question their sense of their knowledge. And it's weird because a lot of them have this entitlement, like they should be part of the recruiting process.
Right,
they should be the one, sending a tweet back out to Cal with, to do it this way or something. You're talking to a fucking Hall of Fame coach, and you're and it's just it's got so ridiculous.
Basketball knowers that ain't never been to a real park to play basketball.
Yeah,
that's a fact.
I'm with you, and it goes deeper than that, guys. Wow. I've noticed the quote unquote Kentucky media, the radio stations, the guys that do their sports blogs on these sites, and then just because you do a podcast or I'm doing this for conversation. I gain nothing out of doing this except hanging out with what I think is good people talking about Kentucky sports.
I'm still getting paid at the end of this, right?
Yeah, you are.
Oh,
it's not a circle jerk session. I want us to. We're not going to agree on everything, but let's have fun with it. Jay, I'll start with you. This whole portal thing.
Yeah.
Come on, Jay.
Come on. What? He's already calling a timeout.
Everything that's been expressed thus far are the views and only the views and thoughts of Kevin Hale and Jay Hazze.
Yeah.
Me and Terry,
you haven't even started.
Let me push your button.
we're gonna push your buttons. You get
Hey,
your take.
I,
It's fair.
I call them trash all the time. I call them trash to the face. When you see me, tuck your fucking hat. That's what you do. You tuck your fucking hat when you see me at a game.
There, yeah. Again, with this offseason, the whole portal thing. What blows my mind, guys, is that legitimately, it just seems like every one of these, the media people and the so-called, experts that know Kentucky basketball, literally feel like every kid that goes out on the portal, Jay, we should be contacting them.
Yeah.
This is, and I said this earlier and I'll say it again. It's not a dating app where you literally go in and start swiping right on everyone hoping you get a match. There has to be a rhyme and reason for you to go after somebody.
It's relatively new too. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, of course, transferring has been a thing for a long time. You can get, a waiver. Even now, you still have to get a waiver if it's your second time. So, I mean, you got to know who you're going after. The whole thing with this portal is, and I get it. I get the people going, that would be a nice piece, blah, blah. Is there really stars in the portal? These people are, did we miss on Hunter Dickinson? I don't think so. I think he's a big fucking goof, personally. And like, I was like, are these people serious really about Hunter Dickinson? Like, really? Like, so Cal didn't miss on a player wanting to win and earn money. He might have missed on a guy looking just for money.
Right.
So, but I get some of the people, and I will say, because I will call out whoever by fucking name. I'll call them trash to their face. It doesn't matter to me. But I will say this: there are a lot of good Kentucky media people out there.
There is
also, and these people, a lot of these people, just make them all kind of look like trash, really. But with that being said, this whole portal thing it's kind of a new thing. If anything, what message did Calipari send to people about loyalty? We're going to wait on our guys to make decisions. That's what we're going to be loyal to you. Mm-hmm. And people saying, you got to change NIL at Kentucky. Maybe somewhat, maybe a collective. I don't know the answer to it. Maybe a collective where people can put whatever, like football. But we had a guy in an AT&T commercial, a fucking AT&T commercial. Mm-hmm. The guards, you have players making six figures who are even not the face of Kentucky, not even the face, making six figures. So I don't think NIL is the issue.
Right.
So all this with it's just like, what the fuck are these guys talking about? And to think Calipari is sleeping, it's fucking hilarious. Like
a Hall of Fame coach at that.
Arrogant. That's arrogant, self-centered people. Me, who gets the news out first? There's only certain guys that were close. And now KSR can kiss that fucking information goodbye that TJ Beisner's gone. Kiss that information goodbye. No more information for you. I mean, it is what it is. But there are guys who have inside, like Jack Pilgrim. He's got a little bit of inside information. He is close. He's going to these high school games. He's got a little bit. So he's a guy to follow.
Agreed.
So I mean, the portal is a mess as it is. But what stars you going? We already have our stars. Now we need the pieces, and to think John Calipari wasn't going to do that is absurd.
I'm with you. Van, jump in. What's been, your take on how Cal has handled this portal, during the offseason?
First, the Wildcats up 16-4, bottom of the ninth, one out.
Yes.
I don't get into the recruiting thing. Here's why I don't get into the recruiting thing. Because it's fucking June. It's not only the first part of fucking June. All right? As I said on the locker, Wednesdays, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we had the same shit in the football season. I don't know if we recall in November, definitely October, Coach Stoops getting the big head. Oh, what is Morrow doing? This recruiting class is fucking horrible. Oh my God. Let it fucking play out.
Yeah.
We don't know. Let it play out. The worst thing that happened to sports is social media. Because now everybody knows how much money Coach Cal is making. And here's the other thing. Then I'm gonna give it to Terry. If you don't like Coach Cal, if you hate him, just lead with that. Your first sentence would be, I hate Cal, period. Blah, 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 blah. Because then we can say, okay, you just don't like him. Fine. Or let's put a damn Twitter stamp, a sticker next to your name that puts a clown face that we already know that right now you're going to say something that is just idiotic towards. I'm going to say, and I'm not a big basketball fan. I don't want to say that. I am a big basketball fan, but I don't like to lead with that. This is the beloved UK. We need to be behind fucking basketball all the time. I don't like the fucking, oh, now I'm not going to watch games. Oh, they kneel, so now I'm not. We suck. Come on, man. If you are a true Kentucky fan, you are a true Kentucky fan regardless of what's going on, regardless of who's the coach. I'm done. All right. I'm going to put a Jay Hazze.
No, you will. You just don't know it yet, but you will. Terry, this is the other thing too. When it comes to, Van hit on it. There is the disdain for Cal right now from a lot of people, whether it's, the one, and this goes back to just when he first arrived, and that he has been, to his credit, and I have zero problems with this, a player's first coach. It's about his players. It's taking care of them, their families, and whatever happens, for him, it's gravy at that point. That's not going to change. BBN, Cal is going to be very loyal to those 12 scholarship or whatever players and his staff. It is what it is. But what have you thought about, this offseason so far?
Well, the portal or portal season, as we call it, it's like a whole other season now, man. And it is like all encompassing. You could spend all day on Twitter just checking out people's tweets and go to these analysts and recruiting folks. And it's just all the time. It's just so unrealistic to think that everybody that drops into the portal wants to play at Kentucky. I mean, look at our roster. We got this incoming freshman class that's got some ballers, man. We've struck out with a couple players, but some of them, like Hunter Dickinson, he wasn't going to come here because other schools said, like Kansas said, we're going to outspend it. We're going to get him. So whatever the cost is, they're going to get him. So, and I wasn't big on him anyways because he's just a big dude. He's going to clog the lane. He doesn't really defend the rim like I think we need. I just think it's really unrealistic. And we had 3 guys in the draft, and Cal's not going to desert them. Like he's not. Would you desert Oscar Tshiebwe, who was a National Player of the Year 2 years ago? I wouldn't do that.
But unfortunately, there's a good percentage of the fan base that did. I see
the limitations because we saw, he had difficulty against length. We saw that at Alabama, that game particularly showed, some of his limitations, but he is the greatest rebounder in college basketball in about 50 years. So he's got a lot of positives. And then you're waiting on Reeves too, right? And we're still waiting on Reeves. We might get Reeves. I just don't know.
Or whatever school is tampering with him might get him.
Michigan. Just say it.
Which is weird because Hunter Dickinson left Michigan for NIL, and Reeves wants to go to Michigan for NIL.
He ain't going to get NIL there.
Sense. It makes no fucking sense.
No, it does not. So the whole season's a silly season. And you know what? What's going to happen is here in a week or so, all this shit's going to be figured out. You're going to get a couple more bodies because honestly, we're like 1 or 2 pieces away. And add another guy that's okay with the role coming off the bench. Dude, we're fine. Like, we're just going to start playing basketball in Canada in July, and we're going to figure that shit out. And by the time the actual season comes around, we'll see what we got. And I think we're going to have a pretty good team. I think early on we might take some lumps. We got some really tough games, and we play Kansas right off the bat. But overall, I don't get into all the drama. Like, maybe because I'm older and we've done this a few times over the years. Let Cal do his thing. He's got a good coaching staff. Just added another assistant coach that's a badass. Like, this guy's majorly awesome with player development. I don't know. I'm excited about the season, but I'm always excited about it.
No, it's fair. Terry, for the record, are you drinking bourbon tonight?
I am
Michelle
not.
No?
I am not, because I have to travel for work tomorrow to Denver, and I'm going to be a good kid tonight and not do that. Typically, we have a couple team dinners, and I can have a little bourbon then.
There you go. Jay, back to you. I'm just dumbfounded by, let's start with Oscar. People out there want Oscar gone, and they felt that Oscar basically hijacked us, during the portal process for some key players, because he didn't make his intent, or definitely decide what was he going to do. But he was going through the process. He doing the combine and stuff. I mean, there is a process. So he did his part to see where he stood, and then he made his decision.
Right.
But again, just to have people, attack Oscar and talk about him and treat him like, again, the greatest rebounder in 50 years, in the last 50 years. It's disheartening. I don't know. I mean, it's pretty sad.
I get it on one hand, because not all players fit with a group of incoming players. So I get it from that point. Oscar got killed on defense all year long. I get it from that point. But experience, work ethic, you named the rest, rebounding, history made, player of the year. Yeah, you don't get rid of that guy. That's funny. And I don't know what the numbers are. There's numbers thrown around that, and it wasn't Oscar, it was his camp handlers, whatever you want to call them, wanting money. And I've heard that, but I don't believe that one bit. Cal comes out with a statement saying these numbers are wrong. But evidently the story is somewhat true to come out and have a statement saying, the numbers are wrong. Well, there were numbers, so we know that, but they couldn't get it done. That is college basketball now.
It is. It's a free agency. Players, they have 1 year contracts with schools.
Yeah.
Then they become free agents, and then they, in a sense, go to the highest bidder.
What I couldn't understand is why hiring Riley Welch's dad wasn't more talked about. Like, that was a home run hit.
Yeah.
Like that was a big blue bump. That just changed the program from the last 3 years of like, damn, to like, oh shit, Cal is really back. And this, just the whole point of, oh, we didn't get this player in the portal or whatever, well, you have, like I mentioned, you have the 5 stars. Getting a role player, why are these guys in the portal? They're looking for more money, one, and they're looking for more playing time, two. Mm-hmm. Not everybody's going to be like, I don't want to be a role player. So that makes Cal's job a little bit harder. And then you're waiting on 3 guys in the draft because you are a loyal coach. And I will say, being loyal sometimes might be a problem. People pleasing sometimes is a personality flaw, if you will. But the portal was crazy. So, but it's weird that people like say, do this, and never played a game at church league or you know what I'm saying? And saying a coach that's done it for 40 fucking years should do this is like, just type A personality. It's just like, I just want to smack the shit out of some of these people. Like literally. But I don't know why. Of course, I got to jump in some of the drama sometimes. But just to speak the piece, like, dude, you're a fucking idiot. Like, think about what you're saying. You're telling Cal, and most of these fucking guys are like young fuckboy guys, like these young fucking college students that think they fucking know basketball, like they're fuckboys. Like, I mean, like, what the fuck is wrong with these kids, dude? I don't get it, dude.
Yeah,
They need that ass kicked. That's what they need. They need an ass whooping.
For the record, Van, share your snack, man.
I know.
Oh,
Hey, breaking news. Now I don't know what the hell happened, and then we can continue.
go.
Kentucky, Indiana. After the game, one of the coaches got in Mingion's face, and they had a intense talking to.
Well, that goes. What was the story?
Wow.
How many we got? There were so many hit batters.
Right? Is there history? Is there history between those guys?
The record was 10 in the tournament, and I think they got to 9.
Had 9.
Yeah,
it 9, 10, but definitely 9.
Not for this game or the whole.
For this game only. Only this game.
There's been like 120 some over the year,
dude.
Yeah,
dude.
And Mingione said, Mingione said, "We don't move.
Yeah,
we fucking stand there. We don't
wait till tomorrow." But this is my.
Well, look, I think this is your boy chiming in. I think it's Zadot, unless you're using the burner account to try to.
I'm not.
So Anthony's saying, so accolades outweigh real life production. # noted.
Wow, that's interesting.
Is that going against what we were saying, or
I don't know.
What was we saying? We were saying like that accolade.
This is what's so interesting about today's climate is we forget that we have receipts, right? So this is so odd to me. So one time people say we need to have players that we can get to know, and the one and dones are getting old and we're not winning with them, right?
Right.
So then these last 3 years we go in a portal and get guys who we have for 2 years or more. And
those
now
are
they're
the people
upset.
we were talking about that just need to come out and say they hate Cal.
Right. That's what. So now we go back to the one and done, and now we're upset that we don't have that we're not getting veterans. Which one is it? We just had 3 years of veterans, and y'all fucking hated Cal. The results were horrible. Now we go back to the one and done. Now you're like, oh, we need vets again. Which one is it? Well, I think we need the 8 guy on the bench to have a little bit more experience to help when we were at our best. I don't know if we had that many. I know we won the national championship. We had
rotation wise, we were 7 deep on that championship team, right?
Yeah.
Miller and what?
Wilcher?
Kyle was that it? 7?
7, I think.
Yeah, and he was garbage, dude.
But it was the 7, and we're at 7 right now.
He can shoot, but he was slow and trash on defense.
Yeah,
and I'm only saying it because he's a grown ass man now. So.
He's not a boy.
I wouldn't say that when he was in school.
Yeah.
So then the other part about it, again, let's put that clown stamp on next to names. Is at one time.
And I haven't heard you say any names. Just for that.
No, I'm not going to say names. We recently heard that Cal doesn't care about the SEC championship and all this stuff and boo-hoo, right? He puts too much onus on the kids in their life after Kentucky, right? But then when the NBA playoff comes, we have 3 guys in the finals. Oh my God, we got guys who are dominating NBA. I thought you didn't care about that.
No, yeah.
So now why are you pumping your chest? Because, hey, we got more guys in the finals. Make it make sense.
The math ain't mathing.
It's the weirdest thing. Like I said, just say you don't like – here, you cannot like Cal, but still love the program, still love the kids who are wearing that across their chest. Say I don't like Cal, but let's get behind these kids. It's the weirdest thing of this BBN with basketball, man. It's confusing sometimes because it's so double talk. And I just heard you say this 2 years ago, but now which one is it?
I think according to Ann, is it 6 p.m. tomorrow? Baseball.
I think so.
Yeah, 6 p.m. Eastern. All right, thanks, Ann. Terry, jump in.
Let's just talk about the roster because you guys are talking about people complaining about the one and dones.
Yeah.
They complain about just having a veteran team. Maybe it doesn't mesh totally. So currently we have multiple 5-star incoming freshmen like Justin Edwards, Rob Dillingham, Aaron Bradshaw, DJ Wagner. These are some really solid players. Reed Shepard's a 4-star coming in. We're returning Adu in Uganda. I think we will get Reeves back. I think they'll figure out something. That's 3 really good quality guys back. And they're recruiting right now some 3-stars. Now, people are starting to bitch about the 3-stars. I'm like, so we have a history of getting 3-stars. I can name some for you. Derek Willis, you ever heard of that dude?
They love
about
this.
Dominique Hawkins. Yeah. Eloy Vargas, Michael Mulder. Cal's always had a roster with a little bit of 3-stars in there because it can create potentially multi-year players. So if you're getting hotshot freshmen, you're getting a few transfers, you have some good holdovers. Hell, I think that's like the best way to build a roster. I don't know, and people are complaining about 3-stars too right now. So it doesn't really matter what Cal does. There's always going to be a segment that's going to pick it apart. And I know people are upset right now because it is late in the game, apparently, and trying to fill out the roster. But I think they will the next couple of weeks. And they keep saying we've missed out on a lot of people. Have we really missed out on a lot of great people, though? I mean, really, it hasn't been. Kashad Johnson, right? The kid who went to Arizona is the one I wanted. Well, guess what? He didn't want to come here because he wasn't guaranteed things. Arizona guaranteed things. He's going to have a starting role, right? He's going to get the limelight, and Cal doesn't do that. I mean, beyond that, there's really a bunch of guys that were pretty decent, but none of them. Puff Johnson, Graham Ike out of Wyoming, big old brutish forward. It would have been great, but it's not like there was a ton. So I don't know what the expectations are for everybody. Let's just fill the roster with anybody up front. Why not wait till like we're doing right now? The guys have cleared, gone to the NBA. It's going to go to the NBA. Now it's like, all right, the guys that are available right now, these are some serious guys. Let Cal do his thing. I think it's going to be fine.
Yeah. And again, Jay, this comes back to, players doing their part just to test the waters, and whether they're moving on to the NBA, the draft, or they've transferred out. My take on this is that, and what's also alarming is that in the last week or so, everybody who has put themselves out has said they're officially in the portal. All the BB and media is Cal going to talk to him. Cal going to talk. It's like they're not every fucking guy is going to fit here.
They don't know. I will tell you this one thing that I do know for a fact about John Calipari is he makes moves where no one knows. Not even the closest people within the program. So they're not even talking. It's not even leaking out to those guys. They will add 4 players soon.
Okay.
And there's several players that we didn't hear about to the last minute. Grady was one. Reed Travis was one. Did you hear about those? No one heard about it. No one was talking. Not even no Kentucky media was talking about those until it was done. That's a fact.
What's going on here, Van?
Damn.
So you having snacks?
I want to talk. Let's talk. Let's get Mrs. Hiles on. Let's get Mrs. Styles on. I want to hear her take.
Damn. But yeah, Kentucky's going to be okay, man. It's wild.
The sky.
I mean, I don't want to hear about nobody. If they play good defense, I don't give a damn if they're a 1-star. If they're a dog on defense, that's all I care about. That's all I care about. And because I'm against the whole star rating thing anyway. I tell kids this all the time. Do not ever let someone tell you your worth. Work ethic cannot be measured. Outwork everybody. So, I mean, it is what it is. No one knew Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. And he was a beast and is a beast.
Is a
fantastic guard.
He was the other guy in the AT&T commercial, right?
True that.
What?
Was it?
What? Yeah, I think it was him.
Yeah, at the door.
at the
or
door.
whatever.
Yeah, at the door.
Microsecond in there.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
he's still, Jay, you're typing and talking at the same time. The guy from Religiously Kentucky says Ad Reeves and
You like that?
yeah.
Hey, AI is the greatest tool in the world.
It's scary as hell.
Not Allen Iverson, though, right?
Jay,
No, it's the
practice.
artificial intelligence is going to bring our whole society
Oh,
down.
we're sitting here talking about practice, huh?
Practice.
We sitting here talking about the portal, huh? The portal.
When it comes down to it, Van, is this just a bunch of the Kentucky media who are they're butthurt because Cal doesn't give them the time of day anymore?
Now I'll be honest.
Honesty is optional here, but go ahead.
I don't listen to Kentucky radio, so I really don't know what's going on. All I hear is I see the tweets.
Yeah,
So I have no idea. I'm gonna say is Cal is a little old school, so I'm sure he holds things a little bit closer to the best than most coaches. I don't see Cal tweeting. I follow Cal. I don't see Cal tweeting stuff all the time. When he does, it is important. I like if you're gonna say something important, not just be spewing stuff. So I don't know. I don't know the ins and outs because I'm not there, but it's amazing the amount of people who dislike a guy who won a national championship.
Yeah.
How many national championships did Ricky P win?
One.
How many? and how many did Kyle win?
Yeah. But here's the other thing, and this is I'm digressing a little bit, but maybe not, because this goes towards the whole Cal narrative from BBN and the national media. You see guys, you're watching the NBA playoffs and you're seeing a bunch of Kentucky studs just balling, killing it. You see two of them are in the finals. Well, actually, is it more than two? Was it Bam?
Three?
Well, I guess Hero, yeah. And you see all these players doing well in the NBA, but the narrative, at Cal is he's only won one championship with all these NBA studs. And again, these guys that are showcasing themselves in the NBA now, they were, correct me if I'm wrong, basically they were 18-year-old kids, 1-year players who were still developing their game. They weren't NBA All-Stars at the time they were at Kentucky. They weren't. They had a great upside, and you saw the potential with these kids, and you knew a lot of these kids were going to go to the next level and do their thing. But they were still kids that were still finding themselves, through the process. So again, when they attack Cal on he's only won one and he should have won 4 or 5 with all these studs. It's, correct me if I'm wrong. That's just not how it works, right? I mean, am I off there? Talk to me, Jay.
No.
You want it. I mean, with all that talent, you want it.
Of course.
And of course, we went to multiple Final Fours, Elite 8, Sweet 16. So we had a chance. Mm-hmm. He's always had us in the running, in position to win a title. And it's crazy. Those same people, those same arrogant fucking people, fuck boys is what I call them. They talk about 6-year Devin Booker, like, see, Cal used him wrong. 6-year NBA Devin Booker, Cal used him wrong. Like,
who was a shitty defensive player? Well,
horrible. And he didn't shoot very good in March.
Oh, actually, he didn't. Right?
No, he went cold, man.
Yeah. So it's those same fuck boys that do that, And there's a lot of them on Twitter. I would say 75% of Twitter is fuck boys that will tuck their fucking hat when they see you.
Hashtag
fuck boy. That's what they are. But yeah, I mean, like it's crazy. You want that though, and we've been in position to win titles. Winning a title in college basketball is very hard. We're hearing pro players Jokic saying, I didn't want nothing to do with the college game. It's too fast. It's too much. And he's all-star.
Yeah.
That's true.
At the highest level.
Right.
You know, it's hard to do. And to put teams in position to almost be there, it's crazy.
Loving your shit, boys.
Now, I'm going to say, I don't mind. Like, Cal isn't God.
Right.
He's not perfect.
Right.
He doesn't do, and then think about it, it's not about you and I, right? I don't want to say I can go on for him, but I don't get the why you critiquing him is fine, but it's the level of it's going to hate because you're just trying to find every little thing to talk about. He is not above getting criticized.
Right. And opinions are okay. Like I like some people's opinions going, oh, I would have did this on the inbounds pass. That okay, well, he's the coach of Kentucky. That's his philosophy of how he does things.
Right.
But the opinion is okay because people's philosophy is different. So I get that. But when you get to the point, like Van just said, the hate, you know, he needs to go. He's horrible. He's done this for 40 years. He's a Hall of Fame coach. He's won a national title. He's taken a couple teams to the title game. 3, right?
Yep.
I mean, like 3 different teams. Like, come on now. The guy can coach, evidently.
I would say this, and this is the hardest thing for fans to understand, is I, as a coach, I might want to run something. I might want to run what you want me to run.
Right.
And I might introduce it to practice. If my guys can't do it, I can't call the play. I can't call the concept. I just can't. This is the funniest thing for me. When I got to Kentucky, Mike Archer, former coach at LSU, was defensive coordinator. That's how I got to Kentucky. All right.
Is it?
Our playbook,
is that really?
Our defensive playbook is massive. It was massive. We ran 2 coverages for most of the season. We got 6 interceptions against Terry Dean and Danny Warfel, running 2 coverages. You hear me? And we have at minimum 12 different concepts. We only ran 2 of them, but those 2 we ran to perfection because that's all that those guys could handle at that time coming from a different system.
That's like Tennessee's offense.
So it's like
they ran 3 plays and looked great.
Cal might want to run other concepts. Some of these guys might. I heard Oscar say that at the beginning of last year that some of the issues was my fault. He took on that was my fault. So therefore, think about that. Well, if it was your fault, we probably can't run that anymore. If you can't, whatever the scheme, the concept, the play, if you can't do it to perfection, we got to scrap it. Right. We just can't run it. But fans want to say, oh, well, we should be doing this because we got this, and this. Well, that might not be able to handle this and this. It's hard as coaching. It's hard as a coach to put your guys on islands when they just can't handle what you really want them to do.
It's also different looking from the sideline than it is from the TV.
Sure is. Sure is.
For sure.
Terry, let me throw this at you, Terry. And this is for the people who may be listening or listen later, and they're the what about people? And I'll give them this to throw at you. You know, Cal, early Cal, dominant, Final Fours. So the argument, I'm playing devil's advocate or entertaining this percentage of people. But what has Cal done lately? That's a, you know, as far as, you know, taking the teams to make a deep run in the NCAA tournament. It's not happened. And you can say the COVID year we had potentially a great team that could have made a really good run.
Yeah,
it didn't happen. But the last few years, their argument too is that, you know, early exits were not producing, so something's off.
Yeah, my take on it, I think there has been a talent drop off the last few years. Like the early Cal teams, dude, we had some talent. you have John Wall and DeMarcus Cousins.
We had
Eric
multiple
Bledsoe.
5-star guys every year on the
Tons
team.
of first rounders.
Yeah.
We had like
Yeah.
3 on every team. When you have a team like that, the results are there. We saw it with the national championship, multiple Final Fours. I don't count the COVID years because that was just a screwed up time frame overall. But after that, there's been a talent drop off, and it's because other teams are recruiting well. Duke had a nice run there with some great recruiting. So it's just everything got kind of evened out there. Then the transfer portal thing has kicked in, and that's helped somewhat. But outside of Oscar, most of our transfers have not been like world beaters, right? I just think that lost my train of thought for a second there, boys. Where was I at?
Oscar.
Yes. Like getting an Oscar, we're not going to get an Oscar every year. It's just not going to happen.
No one's going to get an Oscar.
And the talent is just spread out now. We got the NIL world, and that's just, everything's kind of evened out. It's harder to build these teams with great talent. Now, this incoming freshman class, I do feel like we've been talking it up here for a little while, and last 2 years for sure. I think they can do something. I really do. I really like this team. I like the point guard play we're going to get. I like the scoring we're going to get with Justin Edwards. And we'll see about the rest of the guys and who we bring in. So I think there's been a lot of talk about this is Cal's last year. It's got to make a big run. I don't feel that way. And that's actually going to be my hot take for the end of the show. I don't feel that way. I think this is going to be a good season. I think we have a chance to make a good run. I feel good about
it. Do you think, Jay, that when people, the national pundits or the Kentucky media pundits say this is Cal's last year, he's going to have to do something more, he's got to go? Do you think Cal looks at that shit and just laughs his ass off? He ain't going nowhere unless he wants to go.
Multiple times saying he doesn't read anything.
Yeah,
but I'm sure it gets to him, and I've sat behind Cal on the bench, and he's probably like, fuck them. Matter of fact, he's probably like a bunch of fuck boys. They are.
Exactly. He's exactly tweeting that.
He's the one that said it, and you're
he's
stealing it from him.
And I'm taking it from him. But he's probably the one that said, yeah, they're a bunch of fuck boys, as they are. But yeah, I mean, Kentucky's going to be all right. We got some dogs coming in. Cal is Cal. He's going to do what he does. But the last 3 years have been hard. They have been hard. And those people are right to say, what has he done for me lately? They have some right to that.
Right.
I agree. But you don't get rid of a Calipari. He's a one of a kind coach,
a Hall of Fame coach.
Yeah. And it's hard, but you get into that conversation. I think he's not above the criticism. He's not above the talk and say, hey, look, things have to turn around. He's not above that, and I think those people that say that, just saying that because they're speaking facts. But at the same time, when you defend Cal and say, he is a Hall of Famer, you're a sunshine pumper or whatever, I say we let it play out. I thought the big Blue Nation blow up would be in July when Kentucky was in Canada playing basketball. Well, hell, it was
a legitimate game.
It was at the end of May going into June. We ain't even made it to July yet.
Do y'all remember last year during the Bahamas?
Yeah.
How we were the best team ever.
Oh yeah.
We got shooters. We're 40-0.
Yep. Is it safe to say that the Bahamas trips are just complete bullshit? like the level of competition we play every time we go there is just isn't very good.
Yeah, it's just chemistry building. That's all it is.
It's fun.
Yeah. Take it for what it's worth. It's a glorified practice. Take it for what it's worth.
That's it.
It's reps. It's a glorified practice. It's a glorified scrimmage that's happened to be on ESPN, getting them more money.
That's the problem, fan.
Same thing is going to happen in July.
Yeah, they're playing games
But
on
they're going to
on
play real
ESPN
competition this year.
on a big stage. You know, the Bahamas. They're on a big stage, and you got the announcers, the play-by-play guys, the people at SEC Network, you know, highlighting the game, pumping up, you know,
Cal
jerking
doesn't
themselves
coach.
off because of how good they played in
Cal
the
doesn't
Bahamas.
coach, so we get into season where we should let the other person that was coaching in the Bahamas.
Oh
Yeah.
boy.
It's like, what the fuck?
But going back to recruiting, though, guys, if and you all probably know this, and I know Corey Price would nail it right away.
I seen him twice on TV at the baseball game.
He was
Two different games. Yeah.
The last time Cal had 3 5-star guys, you know, it was part of that beginning run where we were getting multiple, you know, he would multiple 5-star guys. This is the recruiting that we were accustomed to during that early part. So Van, based on, you know, the recruiting experts and the stars and stuff, Cal's got the horses coming in. He's got the studs coming in.
No, because now teams are getting portal guys, and now they're 26, 27 years old. Now these 18-year-olds can't compete against the 30-year-olds that are on the other teams. No, just because you got 3 5-star players that can really dribble drive like he wants, no, that means nothing. These 3 guys are better fits than the other guys that we're at. But no, remember the Creightons and the Kansas States and the Iowa States, and they're getting guys who are 24, 25-year-olds, and they are more adept to pressure, and they have played more basketball.
But are they as talented though?
No,
talent does.
But talent doesn't win games. Remember that. Talent doesn't win games because veteran players and great coaching and NIL with giving guys more money is what really wins games. Remember that, Kevin. It's not about talent. It's about all the other stuff that we don't do very well at Kentucky.
Now, are you not going to ask? Are you
both.
being serious? Are you being serious? No, you're not. Because Cal's run at the beginning. I mean, we were just always had more talent than other teams.
But we're young, Kevin. We're young. We can't win.
Okay, we're still young, but we were just. But see, Cal's going to take true to his form, and he still does it.
He's
going to take talent over experience every fucking time.
Every fucking
The
time.
hire, pay attention to the hire that Cal made with Riley Welch's dad.
Yep.
Huge.
John Welch.
Things just went right back around to the beginning of beginning Cal at Kentucky. And you're going to see it. You're going to see a change. And the 3 years that we just had, hell, you'll have that on them big jobs.
Don't let us go to Canada and lose a game, though.
Oh, it's going to happen. It's going to happen because it's
don't let us go to
good
Canada and lose a
competition.
game. Oh my God, it's going to be.
I have to admit,
Chernobyl, man.
Is the competition tougher?
Yes.
I don't know. Okay,
it is.
Okay.
It really is.
Carter asks, when is the last year of this? When is the last year of this COVID?
It's got to be next year, right?
It's this year.
Is it
this year?
I think so.
Well, wait, but when you say when's the last year, are you saying
because
the COVID eligibility should be the end of this coming year?
But if I came out in 2020,
so 24 actually
year.
would be the end of it.
So next year will be the end of it, right?
24,
yeah. Okay. Huh.
Yeah, I'm with you. I can't wait till this shit's over.
Well,
I can't wait to get the roster filled out, though. I think it'll be exciting.
Right.
I don't know if it's next year. Jay Hazze, just think about this. If I came in 2020, right? I get a COVID year, right?
Right.
What if I redshirt the next year?
Oh boy.
That's
why I can't keep track of this stuff. I have no idea until somebody actually tells me.
People sprinkled in there. But as far as like the actual COVID eligibility year for a player will be done.
Okay, yeah.
But you will have those guys that had a medical red shirt, whatever.
Okay,
you will have those guys.
Some of these guys, they're 6, 7, 8 years, man.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Okay. And remind me, if anybody that Cal gets in the portal at this point, are they coming in as the eighth and ninth, eighth man up or higher, or they legitimately looking
9-10.
Well, that's probably what. But is the
Well,
so-
best believe they're competitors.
Well,
They're coming to play.
compete.
I'm
yeah.
not sure,
That's fair.
Kevin,
That's fair.
because at one point when Uganda was gonna leave, fans were like, "Oh my God, we need him." When he decided to come back, it's like, I think we need somebody better than him because he probably can't be the face of a Final 14. So I think we might need another center, according to some people, because he ain't good enough probably to be on the Elite Eight team. So I think we need to go find one of those centers that are in the portal who couldn't play for somebody else, but who can come play for us and supplant that guy. I don't know.
Think about these guys that Cal gets next. Role players. They know that. They know that they got a bunch of stars to compete with, but they're coming anyway. Because one, they have that mentality that I can fucking compete. And two, they are going to compete for some playing times because they want to be seen on the biggest fucking stage in college basketball. Competitors. Don't count them out. When you see
fair.
that 3-star, 4-star, don't count it out.
Yeah, I mean,
No,
that
I
3-star
like that.
kid, Joey Hart, coming out of Indiana. I mean, if he comes on board, he's a 40% 3-point shooter. Yeah.
Oh, no,
bring him on.
Nope, don't say that, because Cal, when it comes to Cal,
Right.
it's the black hole. They drop percentages, though.
People say that. That's true. We need a 40% maker is what we need, not a shooter.
Yeah, there you go.
He was a 40% shooter against Kentucky playing in Rupp Arena.
Yeah. Yeah, we need those. All right, that's enough Kentucky basketball talk for the night.
What you think, Kevin?
Huh?
We got 6 minutes left, you think?
Yeah, and I'm using the 6 minutes to talk about something else. Van, I'm going to start with you on this. Big deal or not a big deal? SEC is staying put with 8 conference games. Yeah.
Of course it's a big deal. SEC sucks. How dare they not have another game? I mean, how can look?
I don't know what to fucking believe out of your mouth tonight.
Van throw me for a loop, man. I'm like, I'm trying to legit think what he's saying is true.
More games.
Hey, the damn Pac-12 plays, non-conference games, the Big Ten plays. How dare the lowly SEC that has won, I don't know how many national championships in a row, how dare they not play another game? Maybe because we don't want to. You don't tell the best conference in America what to do just because, hey, comparison is the thief of joy. We don't have to be like you guys. Why do we have to be like you guys? Oh, well, your schedule is soft. Well, our schedule is so fucking soft that when we go to the bowl games, we wipe your ass. So tell me, which one is it?
Here's facts to support what you were just saying. Check this out. Peter Burns, fun fact, since NCAA approved 12-game schedules in 2006, no team playing a 9-game conference schedule has ever won the national championship. Big 10, Pac-12, Big 12 haven't won a title since moving to 9 conference games. Meanwhile, SEC 13th. Good God, 13th.
Drop the mic, Kevin.
I know you did. No, that's you. And that's, yeah,
makes no fucking sense. What? Dude, you know what? Oh my God. You know what bothers me so much about this is we start looking at other teams' schedules like, oh my God, why is Alabama playing Jacksonville State? Shouldn't they be playing Iowa something or someone of better competition? Well, damn, Alabama first game every fucking year is against a Power 5 team. LSU's first game every fucking year is against a Power 5 team. So who is your first game against? I bet you it's one of these damn directional schools like Kentucky plays. I bet you it's one of those teams that we play. But no,
don't be picking.
Y'all need to play. It makes no fucking sense. Stay in your lane.
Let's say, Terry, what's your take on that? Anything? You kind of said that you did.
Yeah, I'm not into football mode. So for me, if you go from 8 or 9, I mean, I'll leave it to you guys, Van and Jay. What benefits Kentucky? Is there what's good for the Cats? I mean, is it better stay with 8?
Do we lose Louisville? If we go to 9, do we lose Louisville?
Yeah. Yes.
Would we would lose Louisville? Okay.
So that would suck. That would suck.
Sure.
I think it would. I think it's a great rivalry.
No doubt
game.
about it. Why play another Power 5 team when you're playing non-SEC games?
Oh no,
I get it.
Though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I personally like kicking the shit out of Louisville every year.
Kind of
It's
fun.
been fun.
Yeah, but
I
as
still see Lynn Bowden's.
as one of the Louisville
scoring.
guys said, it doesn't mean that much to us anymore because what are we to gain by beating them? We don't get any. I mean, that's what he said about us now. But
which is crazy because we're in the SEC. You beat a real conference team.
Mm-hmm.
The best conference.
The best.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, I did say 13, right, Kevin? I did say 13 national championships since 2006.
That's crazy.
So that's 13. 6 plus 3 is 19 with the 1. So there's only 3 more years left? Oh wow. Yeah, this conference sucks. Play 10 conference games, guys.
Nomination.
Stupid.
Yeah. Okay. Jay, any thoughts on the NBA Finals while it's on? I don't know what the score.
I'm pulling for the Heat. They're probably going to mollywop, but
Nuggets up 8 after 3.
Yeah, Nuggets are going to be hard to beat. Either way, a Kentucky player is going to get a ring.
That's true.
You know, I was pulling for Pat Riley, you know what I'm saying? And Tyler Hero. Bam is probably one of my favorite UK players. My daughter really loved Bam. So so that's why I was pulling for I'm not a fan of either team, but the Nuggets they're going to be hard to beat. But like I said, either way, Kentucky guy wins a ring. So
good thing.
Yeah.
Terry,
I lived in Colorado for 15 years, so I'm definitely Suns, my primary team, being an Arizona guy. Nuggets are my second team. They've been waiting 47 years in Denver to have an NBA Finals in Denver. I want the Nuggets to win. I think they'll win in 6. Joker's awesome. Murray's playing really well. I love the Heat. I love Bam. Hero's not playing tonight, but they've had titles. It's time for the Mile High City to get a title.
It just dawned on me here. I'm showing Jay's talking, and I'm showing religiously Kentucky comments. So it's like he gets double the.
You like that?
He gets double the takes.
He's
the 5th man on the show.
That's that Chat GPT. He using it.
Yeah.
AI is going to kill us.
Yeah. Any NBA thoughts, real quick, man?
I'm gonna say I've said this many times, and other people have said it. I've been, as Terry would know, altitude is no fucking joke, especially in a short turnaround. Yeah. It's Miami came out hot this first quarter, and it's been like trickling down the other way. Can Denver go take one in Miami, where it's hot and humid? The advantage goes to Miami. If they can take one in Miami, then obviously it's over. But because I don't think they can win one in Denver. It's this, unless you get a chance to live there for a week, it's a bitch, man. It's a bitch.
It's hard. Yeah, it's hard to acclimate.
Carter, you was cool. Don't get on that list.
Hey, Carter.
Don't get on that
list.
Carter, you got to spell fuckboy with an I and not a Y.
B-O-I.
Then it's all over.
Yeah.
I'm cutting out of here.
Damn. Carter must say. I will say this though: Kentucky runs the fucking league. Period. Kentucky runs the league.
Isn't
what it is?
This is another one that just fucking kills that BBN percentage out there. When Cal puts out on social media that Kentucky players now have eclipsed over $1 billion or whatever in contracts.
$3 billion, I think it's almost.
Is it 3? Wow,
is that right? $3 billion? Jesus,
if not 3, it's right there, close to it.
It's like his own country.
I knew 2. I knew you. So, okay, let's go final shots. Jay, go.
Shout out to the Kentucky baseball team. We will take the hit. We are not getting out of the way of a pitch.
God.
Hits us, it hits us.
How in the hell do you get hit 10 times in a game and players are not coaches
Yeah.
are not getting thrown out, or
Hold on,
Mid-Geo?
Kevin, real quick.
Oh, I know. There's no
The
rule with
pitches
that.
are horrible. One pitch
Yeah.
hit the batter's heel in the batter's box.
Yeah.
It was that far behind him.
oh
Yeah.
shit,
It hit his heel. So
Good
some of
Lord.
this is just
And I also
horrible
want to
pitch.
shout out to whoever was in the crowd going, throw it in the dirt. Throw it in the dirt. And they kept throwing that ball in the fucking dirt. Kudos to you. Cheers.
You think was that Corey Price? I bet you Corey Price probably
is
talks
right up,
shit.
right up behind the catcher. Every game, Corey Price is right behind the catcher. So
He is.
yeah.
All right, thanks, Jay. Van, final shot, sir.
My final shot is this. I said enough about fans. NCAA track championships are this weekend.
Mm.
We got some really good athletes. I was at SEC championships, and track is an amazing sport. It's, to me, my favorite sport. And we need to support these ladies and men in Austin, Texas next week. I want to go, but I can't. I got track myself. But hopefully we can pull off a third place, get one of those trophies, because this track program is unbelievable.
There you go. Appreciate that. Terry, what you got?
You know, I said it earlier. I'll repeat it. Like many folks think this is Cal's last season. I don't think so. I think he'll leave on his own terms where he wants to go. He'll want to go out on top. But if he were to win a title this season, I think he would consider it. Because it's been a good run. It's been a good run. He wants to get at least 2 titles. And, you know, BBN's been harsh to him.
Stay tuned.
I got something to add to that. Calipari will be here until Dwayne Peavy is the AD at UK. Write it down.
When sooner the better. I like Dwayne.
Is Dwayne Peavy a basketball AD, or are you comfortable with him being an AD for the entire program?
Yes. Comfortable with the whole
Now, that's a
program.
great question.
Isn't he the AD at where's he at right now?
DePaul.
Yeah.
Why can't we have an AD for basketball and football than an AD for all the rest of the sports?
Might need that.
That's a great topic to bring. We could discuss that later. I like that. Yeah. Okay. All right. People joining us in the chat. Appreciate you hanging out with us on this Sunday night. Michelle and Carter, that religiously Kentucky dude in the chat. Appreciate you. He became the 5th man on the show. All right. Round of shots. Calling it a night. Audio will drop earlier in the week. Jay, Van, Terry, thanks for hanging out with me tonight. We'll do it again probably in about a month or so, and we'll keep it going. Anything going on with you guys before I let you go?
Religiously Kentucky will be back in August, close to football, so I could talk my shit there.
Until then, I'll have you come on and talk some shit.
Yeah, I'm always down to talk some shit. But I think people are sleeping on Kentucky football. I feel good. If those portal moves for the offensive line are legit, I think Kentucky can get to heights never seen at Kentucky before, ever.
Yeah.
And surpassing the 10-win season.
Oh, so he's talking about 11.
I'm talking
12.
I'm talking playoffs.
Playoffs. Playoffs.
Yes, sir.
Here he goes.
That's for another time, though.
Playoffs.
We'll definitely in August start
Let's see
hitting
what
football hard.
Yeah.
Okay. Terry, basketball bourbon.
Basketball buzz will be out shortly. Kind of waiting for this roster to kind of fill out to, just to come back on and like clean the slate and just talk about July in Canada.
The episode told you so.
Yeah.
There you go. Van, you got your show Wednesday.
The Locker with Anthony White, Sugarfoot, Wednesdays, 9 p.m. Eastern.
Did you say Sugar Tit or Sugarfoot? Did you say Sugar Tits or Sugarfoot?
I said foot, but if you want to give him a new nickname, hashtag it.
I thought you said Sugar Tits. And I was like, what? Sugarfoot, my bad.
Guys, been a fun show. Appreciate you. All right, everyone have a good night. Go Cats. We'll do it again. Peace. Later, guys.
Go Cats.